Hi, this is Bethany with Recherche Kennels, and we are so excited to introduce to you Finley, Mr. Charcoal of Bekah and Lazarus's litter. Now, this is a name that we just started calling him. If you don't like this name, then we can change that in training. Now, he was born on November 25th. He has been in training for quite some time, and we know his personality very, very well. He is scored on 3 different numbers. He is scored on his dependency, his activity, and his confidence. The first number that he is scored on is his dependency, and he is scored a 6 out of 10 for dependency. This does mean that he is slightly dependent. He does really love attention. He loves cuddles and hanging out with you. As you can see, he is very content just hanging out and laying in my lap, but he's not a needy puppy. He can still self-entertain. If you do work a regular job and you need a puppy that's going to be okay in the crate, he does not have any kind of separation anxiety, and he's going to do well with that. The next number that he is scored on is his activity score. He has scored a 4 out of 10 for activity. This does mean that he is a very calm puppy. He's not lazy. He's not a lump on the log. He will still get up and play. He is still doing well in training, but this means that he's not a puppy that's going to need a constant outlet. He's not a puppy that's going to be constantly going out and looking to get into things. He's just going to be a very content and happy boy just to hang out and just go with the flow. Hi, buddy. And then the last number that he is scored on is his confidence. He has scored a 6 out of 10 for confidence. So he is slightly confident. If there is a weakness of Bernese mountain dogs, they can be a little bit soft and they can be a little bit less confident. So he is a confident boy. He is doing well in training. He's going to handle those transitions well, and he's going to enjoy doing things with you. But once again, he's still not a puppy that's going to be the first to go out and explore new things. He's a bit more of a follower than a leader. Now, Finley can go home after completing our master's training program. That is training until 20 weeks of age, and he can go home on April 14th. Our next training level is our Doggy Doctorate training program. That is training until 6 months of age, and he can go home on May 25th. Our last training level and our most intensive training program is our Doggy Double Doctorate training program. That is training until 7 months of age, and this is a month-by-month training program. And the first training level, he could go home on June 25th. Now, in our Doggy Double Doctorate training program, he is going home with one of our obedience trainers, and in this area, he learns how to transition into new homes, as well as he is stretched in his socialization training, his house training, as well as his crate training. Now, there are 2 things that separate us from all other kennels and all other breeders. The first is the health of our parents. We only import and keep the healthiest adults, therefore we can produce the healthiest puppies. If you scroll down on this page, you will see individual pictures of both Bekah and Lazarus. If you click on those pictures, it will take you to their individual pages. There you will be able to see more about them, as well as pictures, videos, and their extensive health clearances. Now, Bekah is one of our medium-sized females at 75 pounds. Lazarus is our largest breeding male at 103 pounds. So for Finley being one of the medium-sized boys in his litter, we do expect him to mature somewhere between 85 and 95 pounds. Now, the second thing that sets us apart from all other breeders is our Puppy Training Institute. So now we're going to show you Finley in training, as well as summarize our Puppy Training Institute for you.
Our Puppy Training Institute has 4 core areas. There's a couple areas that are very visible that we're going to show you on camera with the puppy that's for sale. Some of the areas are a little bit more difficult, but the one area that's very visible to show is outside training, and the big part of that is leash training. Puppies love the pull, love the tug, love the cut in front of you, and so we train them to walk on our left side. We train them that when we stop walking, they do what's called an auto sit. That's where they automatically sit without being told, without having any hand signals. They automatically sit. That builds respect and focus on you. A couple other areas in outside training it's a little bit harder to show is car training, and then also swim training when the weather's warmer. The second area that's very visible is obedience training. All of our trainers are certified dog trainers that's been training dogs for years. They know what they're doing. They're all certified. They all can do canine good citizen. They're all very good trainers, and we work on the obedience commands of sit, down, stay, come, place, kennel, and they are trained extensively in all these areas. Now, we have 3 different communication tools we use with the puppies. We use hand signals, we use words, and then we use the training lead that we will provide you. And so as they get older, they get better and better. They can hold their stay longer, they can hold their place longer, they can hold their kennel longer. They can do it with both hand signals and words only, and so they get better and better. The place is when they jump up on the Kuranda cot. You will definitely want to buy a Kuranda cot because that allows the transition for our training to go to you. It's a wonderful command. When we say kennel, they go into their kennel on their own volition. We typically keep the door open, especially as they get older. And we train them. They cannot leave the kennel or really any other door until they are released. The two other areas that's a little bit more difficult that we're going to show you just generic dogs going through this. The one area is house training. We actually spend more time in house training than all the other areas combined. That's about 2/3 of the training, and this is where we work on the most important area of potty training. Of course, we're training them not to use the restroom inside and the signal eventually to go outside. A puppy at 12 weeks of age can typically hold the restroom about 1 hour during the day, whereas a puppy at 6 months can do 4 hours. The same thing is with crate training. We train them to sleep at night in their crate, eat in their crate, and a 12-week-old can typically sleep around 4 to 5 hours without having to be let out, and a 6-month-old, it's 6 to 10 hours. So obviously the longer they're in training, the longer they can be crate trained. We also, though, while they're in house training, we train them not to jump up on us, not to chew things in the house, not to bite our hands. It's very extensive. And then the last area is socialization training. Many people worry about getting a trained or older puppy is that they won't bond. Well, because of our socialization program, our puppies bond very quickly. In fact, we've never had a client complain about that. And so in our socialization, we're training them not to be afraid of thunderstorms. We're training them not to be afraid of the hair dryer, of the blow dryer, of a vacuum cleaner. We have a TV in our puppy training area, in our house training area, where we're socializing them. They go on field trips when they get older. We work extensively on them being handled. We have 20 plus people that work for us, so these puppies are handled by multiple people and they're socialized extensively. That is our Puppy Training Institute.
Now, if you are interested in Finley, please scroll down and read through this entire page. At the bottom of the page, you will see photos that we took of him today. Directly above those pictures, you will see his individual pricing. Now, that can occasionally be something that's difficult to find, so we are going to show you an example of how to find that pricing in this video. That is not his pricing. You do want to make sure that you go to Finley's page to see the pricing that is directly for him. Now, directly below this video, you will see a link that says Puppy Application. Go ahead and click on that link, fill that out, and send that in to us. Someone will be in contact with you within 24 hours. If you don't hear from someone, please reach out, as we may not have received that puppy application. Now, we thank you so much for taking the time to see Mr. Charcoal Finley of Bekah and Lazarus's litter. Thank you so much, and God bless.